Hi everyone, I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe. Well, we had a very special live on Saturday. We had Meghan's Mole. If you haven't already seen it, go check it out. She is a wonderful person. And while we were having a discussion, we brought up that
it's a patch.
Yeah, it's like a patch in the center of Meghan's left wrist. Thanks to Meghan's Mole, she knew what it was right away. She had already done the research, boom. And apparently it's a patch that you wear for stress, for insomnia, just all around mental health, called NewCalm. I looked up this place because of course I had to. So you could tell in that unseasonably warm jacket that she's wearing for absolutely no reason, and that Hermes scarf that is not even supposed to be there either. On her right arm, she's wearing it normal, and then on her left arm, she's rolled it up so you can actually see the patch.
Yeah.
So it's obvious she's trying to merch this patch. And then on NewCalm's Instagram page, they had one of those
Insta stories.
That's the NewCalm biosignaling disc. Now that already to me sounds odd. A tool to get most clinical benefit from your NewCalm subscription. And it actually says this: the Duchess wore a NewCalm it doesn't even say Duchess of Sussex anymore.
Oh, it doesn't.
Meghan. Duchess wore a NewCalm biosignal processing disc. It activates the nervous system. There's a big word I can't even attempt it. Try NewCalm free for 7 days. So it's an ad saying you can try it free for 7 days, because I think this thing costs, like, for a strip of the patches, it's like $80. So page 6 comes out with NewCalm saying they have never sponsored or paid for any products endorsements despite working with over 56 professional sports teams and hundreds of celebrities, the brand tells page 6 in a statement. Instead, the company calls Markle a loyal user of their technology. So they came out and said, she's not a sponsor, we don't pay her anything, she must really like it. So that has people coming out going, well, that means she really is going to revive the TIG soon, because that's what she did in the TIG. She took products that she likes and she wrote about them, and she didn't get paid, but then eventually she got paid for them.
Yeah,
so
that Meghan's Mole had that theory too, which is genius.
Yeah, it's so genius. So let's look into NewCalm and what this amazing technology does. Oh my God. This is like L. Ron Hubbard stuff.
Does it make you really cold on a hot day?
I wish.
Because, well, think about it. She was wearing a camel coat.
Oh God, that's
with a Hermes scarf and long pants.
It's a cooling system.
It's a cooling system for your body.
Oh my God, I'll give you $80 right now for that.
Yeah, it just seems like that's where we're going, Nancy, with this nonsense.
You can get an actual subscription for the whole package.
I'm sure you can.
If you don't want to just buy the $80 worth of patches, you can annually spend $150 a year to get the whole package of whatever that entails. Or you can do a $14.99 month thing that you have to stay with this $14.99 a month for as long. It's probably selling your soul to the devil.
This is approved by the
This
FDA?
is approved by the FDA.
I just want to make sure.
This is approved by the FDA.
Okay,
now this is the thing. If we learned anything from that movie Dope Sick, different factions of how the FDA approves things. So the FDA may not have necessarily approved it as a sleep drug. It may have approved it as an anxiety drug. We don't know what the FDA actually approved it as. We just know it approved it as something.
Okay.
The same goes for that chick that's in jail right now, Elizabeth Holmes, with the blood. The FDA actually approved her blood tester thing for one thing, and that was to test for herpes. It ended up getting, that was the only thing the FDA ended up getting. And it was right at the tail end of her demise.
Got it.
So we don't actually know. This thing was invented, and I swear to God, this guy reminds me so much of L. Ron Hubbard, by this guy named Dr. Blake Holloway. He is now dead, unfortunately. He died in 2020. God rest his soul. I have no idea how he died.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I hope he went calmly. And he's got like this really odd video of how he explains it. And when I say odd, I mean Not professional in any way, and it's a little weird. Let's take a look at a little bit of what the doctor has to say.
Let's start with just your explanation of how you explain NewCalm to a clinician, what it is, and how it works.
Well, essentially, NewCalm is a clinical tool for managing many issues out of the brain, particularly the issue of anxiety in all its manifestations. NewCalm is a simple, non-drug, non-pharmaceutical tool to switch off or inhibit the anxiety mechanism that comes from the brain down the vagus nerve.
So this is right up Meghan and Harry's alley.
Oh, totally.
I mean, this sounds perfect. If you're gonna hitch your star to this wagon, this is the one to hitch it to.
Yeah, it's like better up.
I mean, this is perfect because it's gonna help you with anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder.
It's everything he has.
This is all the stuff that supposedly Meghan and Harry have.
Will he be doing this anymore?
I don't know if he's
Maybe
going to do
this
that
is gonna
anymore.
stop.
I don't know. Maybe she's going to wear the patch.
Very L. Ron Hubbard.
Very L. Ron Hubbard.
Like just his mannerisms and just the way he's telling
Very
the
L.
story.
Ron Hubbard. Yeah, it's weird. So then after he passes away, this new dude comes out of nowhere and he takes over. This guy named Jim Poole. And you would think it's going to be a doctor like Dr.
This guy.
Holloway. Jim Poole is going to take over, and he's a doctor too, because why wouldn't you have a doctor or a neuroscience take charge of something as important as regulating anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder?
It's a no-brainer.
And neuro-long or whatever the heck is going on in the brain. His name's Jim Poole, and he's the chairman, president, and CEO of Solus Life Sciences. He's a businessman. He has no experience in the medical field. And in comes your David Miscavige.
Has been around for over 20 years, commercially available for the past 12. And it used to be 4 components. Now it's 3 components. But in reality, we're dealing with 2 functions of the brain. The brain and the body communicate in only 2 ways, chemical messaging and electrical messaging.
Now, if you notice, he's wearing one of those Oura rings.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's like the new fad for crazy people. Have you noticed that?
No.
Oh no, it's like you get this Oura ring in the mail, and then you hook it up to your iPad or iPhone, and then it tells you like how you're feeling that day or if you got enough sleep. It's insane. They're called Oura rings.
Is it like one of those mood rings you could buy at the gas station?
Yes, but
Dude.
like far more advanced.
I used to love those things when I was a kid.
But this is this is an Oura ring. So he's talking to us about brainwaves, and he has no business doing that, but he's gonna do it anyway because he's in charge of the company.
We needed that bond. Okay, 5 years. Dr. Holloway worked on inventing the biosignal processing disc. I know it looks simple. There is nothing simple about it. It took him 4 years working with a German physicist and a Chinese Shenzhen medicine expert to locate the frequencies of the amino acids that were in the cream. But that disc holds the recipe like a tuning fork of the amino acids that were in the cream. We no longer need the stimulation device. We don't need the cream. We don't need the chewable supplements. We don't need any of it. What we're doing now is using vibration, frequency, and resonance to deliver to the brain a signal, and just like a tuning fork, once the frequency of GABA, the cells in the brain start oscillating at that frequency.
He not only is he in charge of it, he is the chairman, president, and CEO.
What did he do before all that?
I mean, I have no idea.
He's probably an actor.
So I looked up to see how this stuff works because I'm a skeptic when it comes to stuff like that.
When it comes to Harry and Meghan, I'm a skeptic.
I'm a huge skeptic, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, putting patches or wearing rings or doing any of this stuff, I believe going to an actual psychologist or a psychiatrist and having that stuff done, or if you have insomnia, actually going to a sleep clinic. That's the best way of doing things. Or just, call me old-fashioned, popping a pill and having a glass of wine.
Yeah, is this like a homeopathic type thing, or are we just
I don't know.
talking about something that's actually going to seep into our subconscious and mess with our chemical levels?
Well, I should hope that it doesn't have that much power.
That's what scares
That's
me,
what I
Nancy.
hope it's such
That's
a scam.
what scares me.
I hope it's such a scam that it has absolutely no power to do any of
Okay,
that
good.
stuff. This woman tried it, and she then wrote a little blurb about it. As a human who works on the internet in 2019, I'm frequently stressed out, anxious, and sleep deprived. Aren't we all?
Who isn't?
This, it turns out, is the trifecta of ailments addressed by a de-stressing treatment called NewCalm, a technology-based science-packed claims to help users achieve relaxation without drugs, without delay, without fail, and bills itself as stress relief for the way we live today. Technology to help you disconnect.
It's a type of homeopathic medicine that is plugged into a computer.
I guess, yeah.
That's what this is.
Now, does anyone
And
watch Black Mirror? This is Black Mirror stuff.
No, but that's what this is.
You guys who have Netflix, you've watched Black Mirror. Everyone's watched Black
I haven't.
except for my sister. I don't know why she doesn't watch this show.
Succession.
I'm telling you this right now. This is Black Mirror, okay? Do not do this stuff.
Okay.
I'm not a doctor, but I can't imagine this being a good idea. Okay.
And this is her saying don't do this stuff. If you want to try it, it's not that big a
You
deal.
can try it because I don't think anything that bad will happen.
I've tried
but
homeopathic stuff, and I've tried what is the thing
it
where you
doesn't
put the
sound
needles in it?
homeopathic. With its sleek website and claims of high-tech borderline magic results, I half expected my NewCalm experience to take place in the literal future, or at least a facility that reeked of sci-fi vibes. According to the company, 30 minutes of NewCalm is equal to 2 to 3 hours of restorative sleep. Now, this is what freaks me out. They are saying that you can replace sleep by doing this thing for 20 to 30 minutes, and it will add up to 3 hours of sleep. That is so dangerous because I know this because I'm an insomniac. I've always had problems sleeping. You can't just do something that mimics sleep because it's your body. It's your body. The body
brain.
actually needs the rest. It needs to go into those REM sleeping cycles. It needs to go through everything. And there have been, like, in World War II, they have shown, they used to do on the prisoners where they have done sleep deprivation. And they have shown how they've gone crazy, like crazy to the point where they're just like tearing out their skin. I mean, you cannot take 20 minutes and make it 3 hours of sleep. To me, that sounds insane. Now, I'm not a doctor, but that sounds crazy to me.
I gotta be honest too. Megan seems like a really lazy person. Like Spotify deal, went under the Netflix show. They were supposed to have all these contents. Like, what does she need? Like an energy band? It's like, what does she need one of those for?
It's anxiety and stress.
She's probably got 14 nannies.
Yeah, it doesn't say once it's for energy.
I'm just, you know what I mean though. It's like she's pretty lazy.
Yeah, she probably could get all the sleep she wants. The NewCalm...
like she's not taking sleeping pills?
Come on. The NewCalm website, allegedly. The NewCalm website boasts that de-stressing treatment takes the 2 minutes to administer and less than 5 minutes to achieve its effect, making it the very definition of a quick fix.
Oh, geez. That always is the best thing you can do.
Wow. So when I was offered a chance to take NewCalm for a free test run, I leapt at the opportunity. At-home system costs $5,000. And an individual office treatment costs around $45 a session. How many sessions you got to take? Anything that's giving you a free trial that normally costs $5,000, run.
And lock the door.
When the de-stressing treatment was over, Doc Hollywood and I checked in very briefly. I asked how often he recommended the people come in for NewCalm treatments, and he said that it varies and that some people need it every day. I couldn't help but think, based on my experience and the absence of tangible results, that seemed excessive. He handed me some research further explaining the science behind NewCalm before hurrying off to the next appointment, and I left feeling disappointed and a little anxious about my failure to feel less anxious through the treatment. So she got nothing out of it. Good thing it was a free trial. So these are the discs that Meghan was merching. These things are called NewCalm biosignal processing discs. That just sounds so strange.
That's something I would really want to put on my body.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's $80. NewCalm biosignal processing disc provides the resonance and frequencies to ensure a fast-acting, deep, and long-lasting NewCalm experience. If you want clinical strength results from NewCalm, you must use the NewCalm biosignal processing disc, sold in packs of 20 and 100. Now, for the 20 pack, it's $80, so we can only do the math on what the 100 pack is. So this NewCalm sounds like a total scam. So I guess there's also earphones that are involved in this. If you go to their website, the website basically tries to sway you away from using any anti-anxiety drugs, any antidepressants. This will help you instead. Do this instead. Again, guys, that always makes me nervous when people who are not doctors are pushing stuff like this. And it's one thing, now this is the thing. It's one thing saying, hey, you should try this tea. This tea really helps me. Like, you can do that, but don't stop your other medication that your medical doctor gives you. You can do this on top of it, but this is saying you don't have to do anything else. And that's what always freaks me out, is like telling people to not, you don't have to do this anymore. Get off your antidepressants or get off whatever you're on. That to me is crazy. Oh, and this is what's great, is they explain that the science behind NewCalm is remarkable and complex. It's basically like nothing to see here behind the curtain. You don't you worry about it, guys. We did it for you. It's like fine-tuning a musical instrument. Dr. Blake Holloway, he's the dead guy, spent several years immersed in the intriguing and exotic arenas of quantum biology and neurophysics. That sounds like when L. Ron Hubbard, they would always say about L. Ron Hubbard, he was, he would go with the pygmy and he would learn different cultures. This is what freaked me out the most, and this was so Scientology to me. Tell me if you don't think this is Scientology. The ANS manages human stress, fear, anxiety, depression, and worry, in addition to the fight or flight or freeze response. In humanity's ancient past, see, it's bringing up the way we were back in the day. The fight or flight response played an essential role in helping to keep our ancestors alive in the face of such dangers as predatory animals and natural occurrences such as earthquake, floods, and volcano eruptions. Researchers have discovered that the actual physical danger is not necessary to trigger the fight or flight response. It can also be triggered by our thoughts and beliefs. Oh, I know, isn't this like Scientology? Simply put, if you habitually focus on thoughts and beliefs of limiting or negative nature, you are causing your body to act as if it is in danger. This results in chronic production of stress hormones, specifically cortisol. I mean, I've heard this a million times when I watch shows about cults.
Yeah.
This is like the first thing
you
that
want to feel better?
Yeah.
Well, here's how.
This is that guy, what was this guy? The guy that went to jail. That was Nexium. I mean, he filled them in with the fight or flight. He's like, our thing is fight or flight. This is definitely Scientology because I've read Scientology.
It's more like Nexium.
They all come from the same script.
Yeah.
And do you know who
How are we going to get money out of people?
Yeah, but
that's
it's like,
the same script.
But do they actually think people aren't onto them by now? It's
no.
like so
Do
crazy.
you know how many billions of people are in this world? No, not many.
It's crazy to me. Tony Robbins is a sponsor.
And thank you to Megan's Mole for pointing this
For
out.
pointing
Again,
this out.
We would have never. Nancy thought it was some Illuminati tattoo.
I was like, oh my God, she finally got
Got
some
a tattoo.
Illuminati. No, I didn't think that, but it was going through my mind.
Yeah, so thanks, Megan's Mole, always being the great detective that you are.
That was really awesome. I'm sure there will be more stuff coming out on this. Who knows if she's going to be an actual ambassador for NewCalm. It just sounds like one of those gitchy.
I think she's bringing back the TIG, dude.
Oh, she's definitely going to bring back the TIG. For sure,
yeah,
for sure.
And I think this is just all part of product placement.
Yeah,
so.
But guys, do not put a patch in lieu of antidepressant medication. anxiety, insomnia. Do not think that a 20-minute treatment is going to be the equivalent of 3 hours of sleep.
Because here's the thing about the mind. It'll trick you.
It'll trick you big time.
It'll let you feel that way for a few days. But let me tell you, 3 weeks on the patch, you're gonna start going crazy.
You're gonna
okay?
need that
You're gonna
sleep.
start seeing things and hallucinating. Your speech is gonna start getting all crazy. Trust me.
I've done it. I've gone without sleep.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it does
doesn't
not work.
Yeah.
Our animal rescue, obviously, all month we are going to be featuring MauiHumaneSociety.org. They need our help, guys.
Oh, look at Luna.
I know, there's Luna Tuna. This is Luna. Luna
Bella.
wants you to know that we're featuring Maui Animal Shelter. And she really wants us to help all the dogs in Maui right now that need their help. And they're absorbing all of the little shelters. They're absorbing everything and they're doing all the work. Also, obviously, what we do for the human aspect is the Red Cross, because you can you give to the Red Cross, you definitely know it's going somewhere. They're legit. They're, too legit to quit. So we give all our love to the people over in Maui and doing all the frontline workers, and MauiHumaneSociety.org. Love you guys. We will see you very soon.
Bye, guys.
Have
Love
a great
you.
day.
Awesome. Love you.